What's going on, y'all? This is Rico. I just want to thank each and every one of you to reach 500 subscribers, man. This is quite the milestone, and even though I've had a little couple of pitfalls lately with YouTube, we're still gonna keep going. So today for my special, I'm gonna go over some cut content and even stunts that I backed out of because I'm not invincible. I mean, I'm human at the end of the day, and there's some stuff that either has been cut because for certain reasons or circumstances happened, and there's some stunts that I was suggested or thought up the idea of, and even from subscribers and from even friends of mine alone and my crew. But I decided, no, I'm not doing this, and I'm gonna break each of them down for you guys. So the first one I want to go over is cliff jump belly flop. So a few years ago in 2020, myself, Dan, Ben, who are the main guys in my crew, and one of our other buddies named Mark, who you've seen him in some of my Nutshot videos. He's done a stomp, he's thrown bean bags at my nuts, and we're doing a future video with him as well. But there was one where we were talking about doing a belly flop from like 40 feet, or it was like 35 feet up, and dude, as tempted as I was, my heart was racing, and I honestly was very nervous about this one, and I have no fear of heights, but at the same time, I couldn't get myself to do it, and we and the rest of us thought, that's too dangerous. Mark really said, I don't know if you should do that. That's too far. That's too dangerous of an idea. So yeah, that's one of them, man. However, something funny happened. So we went ziplining like an hour later because at that same water park, and yeah, we ziplined, and so I grabbed the zip line. And I wish we filmed this too. Like, someone should have filmed this, got this on camera. So what happened is, like, you kind of go in like a U shape on the zip line. And what happened is I did, but I did not, like, I guess, I don't know if I didn't hold it tight enough or like I let go of the grip too early. So my back just fell 20 feet down into the water, into that little river that they have at that water park. And it was the biggest splat you can hear. And everyone is like, oh my God, or oh, is he okay? So technically, I guess you could say I did do a backflop or whatever, a stunt like that from 20 feet up. At the end, I mean, I, I just wish I filmed it, like, because that would have been something worth uploading. So we planned to do a Nutshot video in New York City last year where we would be doing it in public. So think of like Big Doss TV, that was epic, that Brown Nerd, those guys doing like silly pranks in public. Well, we thought of an idea where Ben would kick me in the nuts at random ports at random points of New York City. Oh, just random areas we'd go, and just intersections, and he would just kick me a few times, and we'd get reactions out of people. But at the same time, we decided not to film this one because this is New York City, number one. So obviously the population is like 10 million people, and obviously a lot of that is with children around, and some of the people could have got the wrong idea if I was getting decked to the nuts in public. You never know with people out there, man. Like they might get the wrong idea, even if like some people may think that, oh yeah, they're just doing a film, they're just filming a jackass stunt, they're just doing a stunt. But some people are like, oh my God, this guy's crazy, and like we'll call the police on these guys for doing such a thing. Like, you never know what would happen in a public city like that. So as I was all in to do this one, taking kicks to the nuts in public in New York City, but we just didn't know how the public would feel. And we figured maybe Las Vegas, I definitely think, is more laid back. They wouldn't care as much. So that'd probably be a future video, honestly, with kicks in public or punches in public, just getting people's reactions out there. Yeah, that would probably be a Las Vegas video. That's not something I feel like that would be suitable for New York City, where everyone is, people are, I guess, more professional, and I don't know what it is. The vibe in Las Vegas, and I was just there in March for a bit, and it's just a little different out there, man. It'd probably be worth more filming out there. I'm sure you guys have seen the Gauntlet of Pain Part 4, aka the Ultimate Nuts of Steel Edition. That's what I called it, where I was hit with various baseball bats.
Holy Christ.
And that was the first video that TB started taking nut shots from me.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Holy fuck.
He took a few kicks to the nuts. Obviously, it evolved over time. From what you've seen a few videos recently ago. So in that video, in that particular Gauntlet of Pain video, There was originally going to be a one where TB would have tackled me full force, like a football tackle. He would have straight up just wrestled me on that treadmill while it was going full speed, and that was the original plan. As we were going to do it up to the last minute, where TB said, "This is your dad's treadmill." TB had that concern that, hey, if the treadmill breaks, then we have to pay a lot of money for it, and we we were not willing to spend like $2,000, $2,500 for a treadmill. Don't forget the strength of TB as well. Like, he hits by far he has hit the hardest with all the nut shots he's done: baseball bats, golf club, kicks, punches, you name it. Like, you guys have seen his strength. That was why he was so concerned about the treadmill breaking. There was actually a video that nobody really knows about except close friends. So obviously you've seen my most recent video where we had a really hot girl, one of my buddy's friends, kick me in the nuts a few times. That was pretty funny in itself. And the whole crowd, as you guys saw, was like, "What the fuck? How? What? What is this guy?" And there was one video where we did nut shots from the swing set. There was one of my YouTube shorts.
Oh. Oh. Oh, yeah, let's go. Oh.
Before that, he actually filmed my last fuck buddy, Friends with Benefits. We weren't officially dating at the time. Well, we've never really dated, or we were just very casual. She hit me in the nuts a few times from a swing set as well. She refused to let me upload that on any social media platform, let alone YouTube or anything like that, because she is super hyper professional, takes her life very seriously, doesn't want people to look at her. She's very keen on reputation, and I remember she said if I uploaded that, like, she would make my life hell. So to this day, I refuse to upload it. Like, that video did happen where I got hit in the nuts from a swing set from her, and you know, I haven't talked to her in years, but I don't know if I should upload that. And honestly, her angry, and I've seen her mad. I've known her for years. We've been on and off. Holy shit. Leave the room as soon as you can when she's pissed. And, you know, that's one of honestly, my biggest fears, even to this day, is like just her pissed off. Even though I don't talk to her. It's very strange, I know, but it's something that I took very seriously and to heart whenever she's gotten mad at me or something else. So the night we did a hockey stick nut shot, as well as the field hockey stick, before that, we were actually originally going to do a police baton to the nuts, as my buddy that you've seen in those videos, he's going into security. He's a firefighter, becoming a firefighter, and he's going into becoming a security officer or something like that. And obviously, because of that, he owns a police baton. However, we were talking about it, and he thought of the idea of using the police baton to my nuts. And originally, I was going to be okay with doing that, but then he was teaching me about the legal precautions, the legal actions that could take place, because apparently a police baton is, I mean, I can't just use it willy-nilly. And that even got to the point where I had to call up TB, because his dad was a former cop, a retired cop. So obviously TB would know a lot more about it than I myself would. And Gary definitely was very concerned about using it. And I just wanted to make sure, like, put it to bed. So I literally called TB about it, and he strongly advised me not to do that or to share it online or do a video like that. So at that point, we were just like, it's not even worth it. So a few years ago in 2019, we had some fireworks at my buddy's house in New York, and at one point I kept telling my friends, "Yo, let's do it. I'm gonna run through a whole thing of fireworks as it goes off," which I was going to do. But but I didn't want anyone noticing, and there was a huge family party that was happening. It was raining that day, so we weren't able to really set the fireworks until like 9-10 o'clock at night, when the rain actually stopped. And by the time we set the fireworks, there was already, the whole family was right there. And I remember my camera guy, Dan, he was trying to tell me, "Yo, Ricky, go, go, go. That was your chance." And I'm like, I backed out of it because the fireworks were up here. The fireworks were up here. I'm going to give you an example. So the fireworks were up here. I would have ran this way. And I did some research before that, like how we should run into fireworks, or like how you should be able to run into the fireworks. And you should not be running below fireworks. You should be like, the fireworks should be level with you. So at that point, I just backed out, not only for that reason, for my own safety. Like, I could have passed out and I could have been sent to the hospital if like the fireworks hit me in the head and cause some like head like damage to the head. Obviously, head is a very sensitive area, but I at that point the number two reason was because my buddy's family friends were all right there, and so they would have seen it go down, and someone would have 100% called 911 right there at that point, and I was not willing. So I take my stunts. I do take my stunts seriously. I make sure, sometimes if I'm doing a very dangerous one, I'll look it up to see the precautions just to make sure, I don't have to go to the hospital. I kind of regret that one because I wish had it not rained that day, I would have been able to get that video done. But I definitely want to do that for a future video where we light off fireworks and I just run straight through it and back. I'm sure you guys have seen where I've filmed multiple videos of me getting tased. There was a video we were going to do where I would have been tased to the nuts, but I completely backed out of that one. I'm like, dude, I am not having any type of element touch my nuts because I was too concerned of permanent damage. And I'm here admitting, I'm not invincible. There's some certain nut shots I would refuse to do, and that happened to be one of them. I refuse to get tased in the nuts because I don't want permanent damage. I'm too too concerned about any elements like electricity or fire touching my nutsack. That's not something I'm willing to do at all, man. I've seen it. I've seen your comments. I've seen it in the comments. Getting tased in the nuts. Even some subscribers of mine kind of texted me about it on Instagram or Snapchat, and I'm like, hey, man, I'm not doing taser to the nuts. No matter how much you try to want me to do it or requesting it, I'm sorry, man, but that is not. No, it's not happening.